Okay. And we're going to go now to the country of Canada. We have a lot of folks that we interact with in Canada, and this is Patty. Hi, Patty. How may we help you?
Hi, how are you today?
Rocking and bopping. So what may we do for you, my friend?
Good. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking my phone call. So I've been married for 27 years, and about 6 years ago, I caught my husband in what he says was an emotional affair, but my gut tells me that it was more than that.
Okay.
But now, fast forward, about 5 weeks ago, I caught him texting another woman, and he told me that she's local and that he wants a divorce, and he feels smothered and he feels trapped. And we have 4 kids, and they've all now graduated from high school, so they're all doing their thing, except we have one daughter still living at home. But he's still affectionate towards me. He doesn't come home till late. He's in construction, so he doesn't come up till about 8:30 at night. So he tells me he's still working, which I do tend to believe that. However, we don't have a bond in the evening. He works late at night. He comes home. He goes right to his office, gets his food, and then he puts his earplugs in and he streams all the Netflix movies. So we never, ever have any time together in the evening. Occasionally he'll ask me to go out for dinner with him. But my question is, we are still intimate sexually. I initiated a lot of it, and it's a pretty good intimate sexual life that we're having right now. It was stagnant there before, but he says he doesn't want to initiate it because he doesn't want to get my hopes up. But I asked him the other day, I said, well, should we still continue this? And he said, yes. My question is, I've read things where you shouldn't do it, you should do it. Maybe he needs to miss you more. I've watched you guys enough to where it says I need to change. So I've been taking tennis lessons, going to gym early in the morning. He's made notice of that. I'm going to church now by myself without him. So I am taking care of myself. I just don't know what I'm doing is right.
Okay. Let me back up one step. You said that he felt smothered. Do you smother him? You really do?
I don't know. It's only that I would text him during the day and say, hey, how's it going? I would call him and say, hey, because I'm in a sales job where I drive a lot, so sometimes I'm just bored driving, so I'll call him and say, how's it going? I would say I call him maybe 2 or 3 times a day, maybe, but that's it.
How does he respond to that? Does he like talking to you when you call him, or does he feel pressured? How does he respond?
I don't think he says, hey, how's it going? How's your day going? And whatnot.
So he doesn't respond negatively. So he does not respond negatively when you call him. So it's like, that's okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you actually try to control his behavior? Do you try to manipulate him in any shape, fashion, or form?
Yes, to be honest, sometimes I do, yes.
Okay, stop that. That's not a good thing to do, because manipulation typically works against you. Like, for example, trying to make somebody miss you. When you try to make somebody miss you, it's manipulation almost always. You really, what we continue to say to people is this: if you get a person back by manipulating, how are you going to keep them once you get them back? You're going to have to come up with more manipulations. The best thing to do is not to manipulate at all. Now, having said that, let's go to the intimate thing. Now, you say you initiate most of it, but he responds positively. He doesn't feel smothered or controlled by that. Is that correct?
Correct. When we are having sex, it's very passionate. He reciprocates just as much as I do.
Excellent. And so you feel that it's not just sex. You feel that he's actually intimate with you when that occurs.
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Then if the question is, should I stop doing that because of the other woman, or should I continue to do that? I think I've done a video on this in our YouTube thing. Jesse, do you remember if we did a video on that at all? Jesse's our producer. We're going to ask him. You recall whether I did a video about whether you should make love with people in situations like this?
Yeah, I believe we have one of those.
Okay, so if you go to youtube.com/marriage helper, subscribe so you can have access to everything we do there. And when you do that, I'm pretty sure I did a video on it. I know on our website, marriagehelper.com, we've written articles about it where we give the pros and the cons. Now, but you say the fact that he doesn't...
I think I have watched it.
Okay, well, good.
I think I have watched it. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I have watched it, yes.
Okay, good. My suggestion is this: if he's reacting well to it and he doesn't feel smothered by it and he doesn't feel manipulated by it, it's a good thing to do it, because whenever you culminate, I'm going to use the word orgasm here. Whenever that occurs in either male or female, you produce oxytocin, and it goes into you in two ways, into the autonomic nervous system, but it also goes into the bloodstream as a hormone. And this chemical is an extremely strong bonding chemical. Therefore, if he's enjoying making love to you, and it's not just sex, you're being intimate with each other, this actually can lead to the possibility of him ending the other thing and being more and more with you. Now, just understand, though, that that's not a guarantee. So I don't want you to feel later like, wow, I was used. If you do this, do it because you want to. You feel good about it. But I'm telling you, in a situation that you're describing, it's probably a good thing to do. I can't guarantee it, but it probably is, because it sounds to me like you're both enjoying it, and it will definitely bond you together.
Do you think it will help? Because, like I said, in the evening, we are like two shifts passing at night. He goes into his office, he puts his earbuds in, and I'm on the couch reading my book, and he's in his room. I just want that closeness, not just in sex, but just together, just bonding and having time together.
Then you can discover some ways to put those things together. You say, well, what do you mean? You can actually, if you think about it, get a little bit creative here. Now, again, we're not talking about manipulation. We're totally against manipulation. But you can start putting it together where you can combine conversations with the sexual dimension as well. There is a video series there. Now, I did it. It just doesn't belong to me. But there's a video series there that actually leads a couple to talk about a lot of things involving sex. But as you do the exercises that go along with the videos where you talk a lot, it leads to the kind of conversations where you really do become more intimate, open, transparent, sharing, but you're using in the context of sex, which obviously is working for you. Then you can actually develop from that into more time you actually spend together and talking about other things where you're open, transparent, and vulnerable. And so that series can be a great way to get started into that. And so start where you are. He enjoys the sex. Tie that to being able to talk to each other. And from that, you can develop more. Kimberly, am I making sense with that at all?
Yeah, you're making a ton of sense.
Okay. Why don't you say it again very briefly so I can make sure I said it right.
What a way to put me on the spot.
I love putting you on the spot.
Yeah. So basically, when you're in a situation where your spouse is involved with someone else physically or emotionally, the question we get a lot of times from people is, well, should I continue to initiate intimacy, sex, whatever it might be with my spouse if they're involved in that? Our answer, like many of our answers, is it depends. There's pros, there's cons. You asked her a specific set of questions for her situation, which ended up with the encouragement and recommendation of, I recommend you do, because you don't feel bad about it. He doesn't. You have a good experience together. The bonding that happens between the two of you in that can help long-term when the affair is over. So her question was, well, I want to have conversations. I mean, we're just having sex, so I want to be doing more. Joe guides you through 12 weeks of not just how to have better sex, but how to increase everything in your relationship, including the communication and the sex, the sexual experience, the sex between the two of you. A lot of couples have the opposite issue of her, where they have, they talk a lot, but they don't necessarily have a great sex life. But the spark is this.
Will help with that as well.
It helps with both of those situations. And so absolutely go check it out. It is a great series. I had the opportunity to be there as he was filming all of the content. I've had to, go through it and all of that stuff. It's amazing. We've had couples go through that. We had a beta group before we launched it that went through it. And the amount of couples, I can't remember the specific statistics right now, but it was over 60% of couples ended the series saying that they had more frequent sex, they had more enjoyable sex, and they were more satisfied with their relationship after going through the spark.